I want to marry Chris Hughes after that.
To be honest, it's the Mickey Rourke show, isn't it?
And Donna's reaction was literally like,
Yeah, it was.
and I just...
She's Bianca, Patsy and Julie.
She must be
Yeah.
so confused every day.
The mailman man.
Honestly.
The postman is confused.
Have you got the... Woo!
Obsessed.
Oh, we needed that.
There you go.
This is the Sun's Celeb Big Brother Breakdown, where we'll be breaking down all of the action from this year's star-studded series. I'm the Sun's Deputy TV Editor, Felicity Cross, and with me today to get into all the drama as we reach the end of week one is the Sun's senior showbiz reporter, Lottie Hume, and social media sensation, Luke Hamnet. And joining us is reality TV royalty and current reigning champion, David Potts. Here he is.
Hi, guys.
Hey, David.
Hello, my love.
Coming to us live.
Are you okay, honey?
We've managed to prize him away from the late and live studio where he is all week.
Literally, I've just managed to sneak off backstage, talk to you for a little bit.
David, we just love the fact that you're coming to us from late and live because it means that you'll be bringing us all the gossip. And there must be loads.
I mean, the series is, so far for me, is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, literally, it's what we're in the first week, and already we've just seen so much that you would normally probably only see we've already seen what you would see in a first week that you would see in like full series. Like, I mean, we've had arguments, we've had fallouts, we've had makeups, we've had breakups, we've had it all, and it has been so juicy and so good to watch. I'm just so excited to see what the rest of the show's going to bring, because it's already bringing a lot.
Yeah, because as we always say, everything gets juicy in sort of week 3 and then we're wrapping. But these lot have gone straight, like pedal to the floor, haven't they?
Right off the back. And that is exactly what we want to see as viewers, you know? Like, sometimes it takes people to kind of, like it would normally. I mean, if you was to start a new job, right, it'd take you a few days or whatnot to kind of get into it. Whereas these lot, straight in the drama, and we love it.
Okay, so obviously we're mentioning the drama word, and who is there, who is the centre of all the drama? Our Oscar nominee, Mickey Rourke, bad boy Mickey Rourke. Let's dive into it all. So, good bits, bad bits. Let's start with the bad. So, Lottie, tell us what's been happening this week.
Well, this week, I mean, to be honest, it's the Mickey Rourke show, isn't it? It's Celeb Big Brother. It's all centered around him. There has been so much drama with Mickey. Poor Jojo Siwa and those comments that he made to her. Yeah. Then there was the, kind of fat shaming comment that he made to Donna. Like, it's just all been going on. And I just think, how long can we say it's because of his age? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is his personality. And I know that for the past 6 years, he's been kind of isolating. He said he's only seen one other person and his dog. He's been doing loads of movies in that time. I don't think we can use it as an excuse. And I do feel like it's great entertainment, but how far can you say that when he's kind of like offending everyone? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know if anyone else feels the same, but I was just really uncomfortable watching it. Yeah. And it just made me really go on edge, because I just thought the comments that he was saying were so wild. And I love Chris Hughes. Like, he's such a nice guy. I've met him a few times. And the fact that he stood up and defended Jojo was...
That was amazing. It was absolutely
And I think as well, though, for someone who's part of the LGBTQ community, to have someone that's heterosexual to stand up for you and say, what you're saying is actually really, really wrong. And he stood by her and then comforted her was it was amazing. And I really, really hope he goes to the end with that, with the final, because he's such a lovely guy.
But wasn't it funny, like we were saying earlier, no one else stuck up for Jojo, did they? It was like Chris defending her and everyone else kind of like went their separate ways or watched.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that.
It's like everyone was really, really uncomfortable and everyone kind of like left the situation. Yeah. But kudos to Chris. He just stood there and just went, listen, what your comments were absolutely wrong of what you've done. And blessing to him for doing that, because heterosexual guy to do that for a gay woman or a gay man is unheard of.
Yeah, it's powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just really, really set the tone with him. I just think he's such a lovely guy.
David, what's it like when someone says something offensive in that Celebrity Big Brother house? And do you feel like Big Brother should have ejected Mickey?
So I've seen a lot of things online, obviously saying that we should kind of like get him out and things like that. But my thing is, I like to see growth in people. I like to see people get educated. And I just don't think there's going to be anywhere where you're going to get Mickey living so close with people from different parts of the LGBTQ plus community where they would be able to educate him. And now, but then you also have Chris, who isn't part of the community, who clearly is an ally, actually educating him. And I feel like he did kind of listen eventually. I know he still said some more comments, but I just feel like with some people, they need to be kind of put into a position where it's like, no, this is wrong and this is where we need to go and this is how we're going to work moving forward. And I just feel like kind of keeping him in there to educate him will be better. Yeah. And I think it's also kind of sending a message out to the people who are watching as well, because obviously every single person who's a viewer, I can imagine us four as a collective agree what was done was wrong.
Yeah.
But we are not the entire nation. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be people out there who actually probably take his side, which is disgusting, but they probably do.
Yeah.
So it's nice to kind of keep them in there, and then they might actually look at him as like a bit of an icon. He's like their idol. And if he's getting educated, it could also help to educate other people as well watching the show.
The thing that we have is, you say there's four of us here, but I always like to think that there's the fifth person here is the Sun's readers and watchers and listeners. Yeah. And I know some of them agree with you, David, what you're saying there about how can older people or people who aren't educated or aren't involved in the community know that what they're saying is wrong until they say it and then they're told it's wrong. You know, it isn't like every day a new rule book gets downloaded to their phone and it's like, this word is what you say. Yeah. And I think a lot of people kind of say, you know, it's great this convo's happened because I don't know if I can say drag queen.
But he had that conversation, didn't he, with Danny?
I think it was good that he did that because I feel like he was saying, what is it that I can say? And it was good that he had that conversation saying, can I say drag queen? Can I say this? Yeah. And it was good that he was going into that with that because it educates, like David said, the wider audience.
Yeah, just to play devil's advocate, I feel like, is he cleverer than we think? And he's a bit of a wind-up. You could see on his face he was goading her. Yeah. Like, he was really trying it. And I do think, like, you know, even yesterday when he was doing the nominations and he said he wouldn't give her any name, would he? Like, he said that. And then as soon as Big Brother said, well, you're going to break the rules, he had two names straight away. Like, it's almost like he knows what he's doing. That was one of my favourite moments ever, by the way.
On the list. That was so funny. Wasn't when he was just put Patsy on the list.
Literally. He was like, well, we'll put Patsy on the list for a broccoli.
So I actually this week have spoken to one of Mickey's close pals. Nice. So lovely lady called Kimberly that's known him for years. And she had some really interesting things to say about Mickey as a person. So firstly, she said, everyone just needs to remember he's 72. Think of your parents, think of your grandparents, and maybe just think if they were plunged in this situation, how they'd be reacting. But she also painted this picture of what Mickey's like as a person, right? So just to share this with you all. He lives at home. He has his longtime assistant, Dima, who's Ukrainian. And Dima looks after everything for him. He does all the chores. He even cooks the organic chicken and vegetables for Mickey's dogs. So we are talking like peak Hollywood diva type situation here. And now he's in that house and he's got Chris Hughes cleaning up his almond milk. He's got everyone doing everything for him. But for me, one of the best moments of the series so far is him slagging off Patsy Palmer. Sorry, Julie as we're calling her now. Slagging off her cooking.
Julie, thank you.
It's Julie.
Oh, it was the best moment I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was just incredible. It was
her face. She was like,
her face.
He's such an interesting character, isn't he? Like, why does he sleep on the sofa? I need to know that. Why is he brushing his teeth in the sink? Like, surely he doesn't do that at home. These are all just they're such...
I think he does, though.
Does he?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that is exactly how he is.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel like he's sleeping on the sofa probably because he's used to sleeping on the sofa at home.
Yeah.
And he probably just finds the closest sink and brushes his teeth and spits in it.
David, what's it like when someone in the house has like a weird habit that everyone else just has to accommodate?
Do you know what, right? This is actually a really boring answer, but we've been discussing this backstage on Late and Live. I'm so lucky because that house already, day 4 are we on, and it is filthy. Our house was relatively clean the majority of the time, and that was something for me that I was like really concerned about because I am like a bit of a clean freak. So I'm just so happy that kind of everyone was clean, everyone wiped up after themselves, everyone kind of did the bit. I mean, at one point I was asking Big Brother for a Hoover because I wanted to get the carpets nice and clean. So yeah, no, I was really, really happy about that, to be fair.
So if you were in there with Mickey right now, you'd be like, no.
Screaming.
Would you?
Same.
Oh, I'd be crying.
I feel like no one's like, I feel like everyone kind of, he makes a joke, everyone laughs. He could say something really unfunny, everyone laughs. I feel like everyone's pandering to him quite a lot, aren't they? And like,
yeah,
I think that is something that will happen.
Yeah.
I think when somebody is in there that kind of is quite a bit older than people,
was it like that
under
with
the
Sharon?
Category of like the most famous
yeah,
there.
like a bit starstruck.
Like people kind of like seem to back off, and that's why I was so happy when kind of Chris stood up to him.
Yeah,
because I just thought that is fantastic, because like there was other people around there that obviously just didn't want to say anything to him.
Yeah.
I want to marry Chris Hughes after that. He does not know
Chris,
it yet.
if you're
He
watching
does
when
not
you
know
come
it yet. I have a boyfriend. He is not gay, but me and Chris are going to get married after that.
I can't wait. Can we come to your wedding?
Absolutely.
But him and Ella,
bridesmaids.
though, I think you've got competition with Ella because they're going on their colonic date, aren't they? As soon as they come out.
We're not talking about colonics. Sorry.
I need a colonic. I might go with them.
No, we're not talking about colonics. Right. So, talking about getting rid of the
it's great.
nominations and eviction tonight.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So Mickey's obviously up. He's desperate to go, clearly. But it's vote to save. Now, we know from the Big Brother audience, there's a huge age range. There's going to be people that we're not voting to save, but other people are. I don't feel like Mickey's going to go.
I also feel like the British public are ruthless. Like, if they know that someone is drama, they are going to make sure that they're staying.
100%. He's staying until the end, isn't he? Michael's going, I think.
I think more and more the viewing public recognise that that person's being good drama. Let's keep them.
Yeah.
And obviously, David, that's why you won, because you were great entertainment.
Yeah.
So David,
Stop it.
David, who do you think might go?
I think Michael's going to go. I do not want Michael to go. I really, really do not want Michael to go. But I do think he is going to go. Like you were just saying, the British public are diehard fans for drama. Don't get me wrong. Of course, it's Big Brother. We want to see that. Like, we absolutely do. So I do feel like they are going to keep Mickey in. And also, the Corrie fans are also diehard fans.
Yes, they are.
So I feel like David Platt isn't going anywhere.
No.
Yeah, well, interesting.
Even though he's quite boring. David is so boring.
Well, I've got a theory here.
Do you know what, though? I have been saying this on Late and Live. I think, Coulson's told me he's got like a really sarcastic, little bit dark sense of humour. And I said that I can see that in him, and I like that sense of humour, so I want to see a bit more of that.
Too,
and we have seen little snippets, like when Patsy was doing the meditation bowl, and everybody's like proper zenning and getting into it, and he's just sat there with bag of ready salted. Like, I love stuff like that, and I want to see more of that from him.
But they don't like it in there, did they? Like we saw in the nominations, like people aren't liking his sarcastic side.
Nominations, 8.
That's crazy. Why is it that we're not seeing? Because he's such a nice guy as well.
Why has Big Brother gone so soft?
The nominations.
These nominations. So correct me if I'm wrong, David, but it's usually no, better excuse, no, go again, need an actual reason from you.
Yeah.
And what?
We go in deep.
Yeah.
But they were quite funny.
we do go in deep. I mean, to be fair though, I feel like he has gone a little bit soft, but I kind of loved the ridiculous nominations, especially from Donna. Yeah. Donna's ridiculous nominations for me were absolutely fantastic. Like, honestly, I thought they were brilliant.
The pajamas, was it the pajamas?
It was the pajamas, yeah, and it was, she nominated Angelica about the pajamas, and then she nominated Jack about all the fragrances, saying that she can't breathe when she's near him.
Yeah. So I think we want to see more from Donna, right?
Yeah, I love
Donna's
Donna.
amazing. I think she's a bit of a dark horse. She's so funny. She is so funny. So yeah, totally.
She's hilarious.
Yes.
She is. And also when Mickey said that and she was just in an infrared and he fat shamed her.
Yeah.
And you just couldn't see her facial expression. You just saw this infrared mask on. I wanted to die.
She was just trying to sort her, what did she say, wrinkle? And he was like fat shaming her.
And literally she was just sat there like, the best.
Yeah.
Guys, I've got a bit of gossip on Donna.
Go on.
Okay.
So basically, this was back in her early days when she was on panel shows. She was on one with Joel Dommett. And Christine McGuinness, the nation's sweetheart, was on it as one of her very early TV jobs. And Donna clearly misread the room with a joke. I don't think it came from a bad place, but she absolutely went for Christine McGuinness. Said, you're beautiful, but that's all you've got. Why are you even here? Who booked you? And affected Christine McGuinness so much she wrote about it in her book. Said that it made her want to quit Showbiz completely.
Oh my gosh.
And like fully rang Paty back when they were still together and said, I can't do this. This woman's just been so awful to me.
So what are you trying to say? She's got like an underlying kind of... What's going on?
Who is
there?
Donna?
I think
we don't know.
It's hard though, isn't it, with a comedian, because like you're trying to toe the line. When is the line can be towed?
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's hard because for her it's probably an innocent thing, but for her she took it completely wrong.
Yeah.
So it's hard as a comedian to know when you can cross that line and when you know you've crossed it.
Yeah.
But we've not really seen many jokes from her, have we, in the house? I'd like to see a bit of that kind of come out and her personality.
Yeah. Just obviously the investigative journalism of finding out that Patsy Palmer's actually Julie, which she will forever be known for.
I love the fact that she's called Julie.
And what's Mickey's real name? It's not Mickey.
I'm absolutely obsessed with the fact that she's called Julie.
Yeah.
I know,
Julie.
it's fantastic. It's absolutely brilliant that she's called Julie. And Donna's reaction was literally like,
yeah, it was.
And that was just so that is such like an iconic
she's got
little
3
moment.
names. She's Bianca, Patsy, and Julie.
She must be so confused every day.
The mailman man.
Honestly.
The postman is confused. What is your name?
Right, so this brings me on to, what are we missing because this has become the Mickey show?
Yeah.
What do we want to see more of? So one of my favourite best bits was Thank God shown on Late and Live, which was Chris Hughes in the bathroom discovering that intimate doesn't mean sex and that intimate fanny wipes is a completely different thing to what he thought it was.
God.
Just stunning television. What about you guys? What do you feel like you want to see more of? David, you go first.
Do you know who I want to see more of in there? Angelica. I feel like Angelica's got a really good personality. Like, we saw it when she walked in there. She was full of life. She was so enthusiastic. She was kind of like ready for it. And I want to see more of Angelica.
Lottie, you've met Angelica before.
I've met Angelica. She is amazing. So we sat down for an interview, me being the journalist, her being the celebrity. And immediately she went, oh, hi, Lottie, how's Luna? Now, Luna is my dog who's got her own private Instagram account. Angelica had literally found out every aspect of my life from start to finish. And she ended up interviewing me, essentially. And I was like, wow, what a woman. And I feel like she's kind of like one of those people. I think she's probably watching everyone. She's, you know, maybe like a bit of a spy in the house, but she's just just I don't think we've seen enough of her at all.
Yeah.
She was so excited when she went in, wasn't she? Like, she's full of energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. More Angelica.
Luke?
I would say probably I would want to see more of David Platt, Jack P. Shepherd.
Yeah.
Obviously, if there's something that we're missing, we need to see more of it.
Yeah.
I'm the same as David. My sense of humour is very dry, very sarcastic.
Yeah.
I need to see more of it. I want to see, and also he is so loved by the ITV and the mums, like everyone loves him. I want to see that different side. I want to see more of him.
Luke, I always say you're like CEO of the mums.
Yeah, mum's net. Yeah.
What are the mums saying?
I think they're just die-hard fans of like Jack P. Shepherd, aren't they? So they'll just, I think he'll go to the final regardless. I think David will.
And are they rooting for Chris and Ella? Like, I'm guessing they want a romance.
Well, the bonding over iconic. Like, there's different ways you can bond, and that is over a suction. So,
guys, I've got a theory about Ella, and I want to know what you think, especially David, with your insight. I think she exposed her own game plan when in the diary room, she started saying someone else was being tactical.
Because she's thinking like that already.
Yeah. And, you know, it's things like how she walked out that door singing. She knew it would get her airtime. It's things like how she didn't get herself involved in the controversial conversations because maybe she just doesn't know how that sits with her media training.
Yeah, she's got like an image to protect.
What do you think, David? Bit of that going on?
I understand what you mean, actually. But my thing is, I feel like a lot of people in general life struggle to be a part of a serious conversation when it kind of comes into a debate. Now, I know Ella's from Towie, so she's definitely no stranger to a debate. But normally it's when it's something that's regarding her situation and not really kind of something that's about the full community.
Yeah.
Because she was sat there on the couches, wasn't she? If I'm right, I've seen that much footage this week. She was sat there on the couch, wasn't she, with Chris and Mickey?
And she left, didn't she? She left.
Yeah, she got up and left. So yeah, I mean, it could just be, it's a bit too much. I don't really want to be involved in it, which is understandable because sometimes also because she might not want to say the wrong thing because she's not part of the community and she doesn't really want to kind of start saying stuff that actually she could potentially make the situation worse.
And it's hard as well.
But I know what you mean about the diary room thing as well, because I don't think I was ever in there and I ever crossed my mind thinking, oh, my first nomination is going to be for somebody because they're playing a game.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're authentic.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Thank you.
She's a bit of a deer in headlights, Ella,
do you know what, though? I
she?
did love the walking out singing Hairspray. Like, that was a bit of me. Like, if anybody's going to start doing vocals, I'm always down for it.
David, what else have you seen in the camera runs backstage? Is there anything you can share with us?
What did I see in the camera run? So did you see me? I got fumbled. Oh, it's not fumbled, it's rumbled.
You wish you got fumbled in the camera runs.
I got rumbled in the camera runs. I got rumbled in the camera runs by Michael and Jack. Jack said that he could hear me speaking. I'm sorry, like, I'm not being funny. I was literally whispering. So I just do not understand how he could hear it. Because I remember when I caught Yasmin, my friend, when she was doing the camera run, was when I was in there. I couldn't hear her.
Yeah. Do you get told off by Big Brother if they hear you?
No, you don't get told off. To be fair, they actually loved it. They loved the footage. Do you know what I mean? Like, they loved the moment where David rumbles David Potts. So.
Yeah. I want to ask you guys about Danny because you guys know him.
Love him.
And I think everyone is seeing so many different layers to him. He's already going on a journey, it feels like, you know, realising that maybe Michael wasn't who he thought he would be, that little bit of a rumble with Daly that he had. Is that what he's like as a person?
Yeah, I was with him, when was it? The Thursday beforehand, and we were just chatting about him going in there. And to be fair to him, I said, it was like amazing, you're going to do so well. And he was like, he said, the fact that I'm going in there and I don't even think I'm a celebrity. And I was like, well, you are. Like, obviously that you're going in there, like, and you're going to do so well. And the good thing about Danny is literally just being himself. And that's exactly how you're supposed to be in there.
Nice.
There's no airs and graces, just exactly how you are. And that's how you're going to do well in Big Brother. People like you, they do. If they don't, you're just being yourself.
Yeah. And so funny too.
So funny. But also, like, he's in the sense of a bit like we were talking about Donna before. There's a line, can he cross it? And if he does cross it, he knows it's a joke and it's one of them. I also think he is trying to understand the Daly situation.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. They both don't know where they sit with each other, which is difficult.
So one to watch moving forward then maybe. Like, what do you think, David?
Yeah, I mean, I've known Danny for literally years. Like, we used to party together in Manchester literally when I was like 18. So, excuse me.
Can we have some stories from that?
Oh, I'm just getting choked up, guys.
He's choking on the stories.
No, I've known Danny for so many years. Danny is such a lovely person. Like, he's got a fantastic sense of humour. And like Luke said, I think at the minute he's just navigating, but Danny's not shy of approaching a situation. And I think that's another thing that we love to see in Big Brother, is somebody who isn't basically shy of saying, is everything all right with us?
Yeah.
Like, do you not like me? Like, we like to see somebody who is kind of upfront, honest, like, and Danny is just such a fantastic character.
Yeah.
And obviously,
It's definitely going to be top 3, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Danny and Donna have made a bit of like they're quite good friends, I think, in there, because David said, didn't he, that they like laugh across the bedroom.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like there's a bit of a feud between Danny and Dave. I just don't think they get on at all.
I think they're just they're just trying to navigate each other.
Understand each other, yeah.
Because you've heard like the sly digs and stuff that Daly does, and I think Danny is probably taking it. It's a bit hard as like a gay man sometimes if someone is saying something to you and who's a straight person, you think to yourself, do they like me? Because you automatically just question everything. You go, does that person like me? I'm not sure.
Is Danny a bit of an overthinker? Because I get that vibe a little bit from him. That
you would know more, David, if he is an overthinker than I do.
Do you think he kind of... He's like aware. I
think he can be, yes, in certain situations. But like Luke said, I think a lot of gay people are when it comes to straight men. Like I think sometimes when you do get a man who is so masculine, and if you don't actually know them whatsoever.
Exactly.
Like, because Danny doesn't know Daly, do you know what I mean? They are strangers.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes if you are put in that situation, you are kind of like on the defensive a little bit to see whether they actually do like you or not, or whether they're actually just joking or getting to know you. Sometimes you are just on that defensive.
Yeah.
Well, I just think there's just going to be so much more to unpack, isn't there? But let's finish on some fun word association.
Ooh, okay.
So, David, I'm going to go with you first. I'm going to give you all the housemates, and you tell me one word that comes to mind for them. Okay, you ready?
Right, okay.
Chris Hughes.
Femme fresh.
Jack P. Shepherd.
Perfume.
Daley Thompson.
Quiet.
Danny Beard.
Icon.
Chesney Hawkes.
Naked.
Not yet.
Did you say naked?
You must be naked.
Michael Fabricant.
Weave, honey.
Mickey Rourke.
Jeans. Will he pull them jeans up?
Patsy Palmer. Julie.
Cooking.
Angelica Bell.
Vibes.
Ella Ray Wise.
Colony.
You stole my one.
JJ Siwa.
Very intelligent.
Donna Preston.
Funny.
And Trisha Goddard.
TV host.
What did you say?
TV host.
She is hosting that house.
She's hosting while she's in there.
She is.
She says, yeah,
and interviewing everyone.
She is.
She just
Yeah,
doesn't stop.
literally.
Eat, sleep, host, repeat.
She does.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, quick fires for everyone. Lottie, favourite housemate so far?
Jojo. I don't know where that came from. Jojo.
Fave?
Chris Hughes marriage and needs to marry him.
Favourite housemate, David?
Danny.
Oh.
I've got to say Danny.
Didn't even ask. Okay, dark horse of the series.
Is Chesney Hawkes.
Oh.
Donna, I think.
David?
I was going to say Donna.
Yeah.
Okay, who do you think's next up for eviction?
Daily, please, next week, because he's so boring.
Oh, I reckon it's going to be Jack again, but I don't know why. But I want to see more of why he's up. But I reckon he will be.
I agree with Lottie. I want to see Daly up.
Yeah,
Bye,
okay.
Daly.
And final three.
Final three, Chris, probably to win, or Jojo. And do you know what? I'm going to throw in, I'm looking on the board. I'm going to throw in Donna because she's funny. I like Donna.
Danny, Chris, and
See, you're doing it as well.
Donna.
Yeah.
Danny, Chris, Donna.
I'm going to go Danny, Donna, Jojo.
Okay. I just think the one overwhelming thing here is there's too many of them in there.
But also,
you can't remember them all.
Having said that, I think Mickey will be in the final. I really do.
If Mickey Rourke doesn't walk.
If Mickey Rourke doesn't walk.
So, quick theory from this, just to finish. His pal Kimberly said to me, everyone thinks he's breaking rules on purpose to try and get thrown out. And I completely hear you. But Kimberly's like, he literally doesn't know the rules.
Yeah.
He's never watched the show. He doesn't even watch his own movies.
No.
So he wishes
I mean,
that
he does know the rules, though, because you get explained it to you before you go in there. So he does know.
But do you think
the
he's just
rules.
gone in one ear and out the other? That's what it feels like. Didn't he say he wanted to stay past day 4?
Well, I mean, you do, but he does know the rules. He's been told the rules on multiple occasions.
Interesting.
Very
interesting.
Well, time will tell whether it's going to be minutes, hours, days. Who knows?
Who knows?
Never a dull day.
Thank you, Lottie, Luke, and obviously the one and only David Potts for joining us
Thank
from your hotel room. Remember,
you
can watch, like, and subscribe to us on the Sun Showbiz YouTube for all the latest CBB news. And you can listen to us on the Celeb Big Brother Breakdown whenever you get your podcasts. See you next time.